Alrighty. Okay, so what I need you to do is smile. Not like that. Just like a very natural, because that's what we'll see in the first clip of YouTube. And oh, by the way, the recorder's on.
Okay.
But I'll edit.
I assume you'll edit. Okay.
Yeah, I'll clip this down. Okay, I have to think of what I was going to ask you. Hold on. Oh, what are you doing right now? You're training, right?
I am semi-retired.
Oh, good.
But I'm also teaching insurance courses.
Insurance courses to the salespeople, right?
Right.
Okay. Hold on. Let me go to 0. I have to digest.
I'm making noise here. Tell me when you're ready to start. I'll go in the back room with the kids and make sure they're quiet.
Okay, now's that time.
All right, hold on.
All quiet in the studio. I have my microphone here. Get my microphone right here.
Get it done.
Okay. Hold on, I'm thinking.
Well, I just want to point something out.
Mm-hmm.
The iPad is not super heavy, but I can't hold this indefinitely.
Okay, can you sit at the table with it? And put it on a book?
I don't know if the lighting will be.
Holding that up?
Yes, I was holding it up.
Oh, that's too hard to. Oh, you have a thingy. Yeah. And then have a bowl. You put a bowl behind it? Yeah. That's too much to hold up.
You can put it back on the corner too.
Perfect.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. That'll do it.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Brian, clear the studio.
Okay.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Connection campaign. I'm Becca Niederkron with ComputerTutorForSeniors.com, where all boomers and seniors learn the computer with joy and ease guaranteed. And we are here with a very exciting guest who wants to share some of his favorite tips with us, and that is Gene Olivetti. Welcome, Gene.
Thank you, Becca.
So, Gene, tell us a little bit about you. I know you've had a very exciting career in insurance and training salespeople in the insurance field, and you're semi-retired now. Tell me a little bit more about what you do right now.
Right now, I teach classes for insurance professionals for continuing education as well as pre-licensing. And the reason we semi-retired is we enjoy playing with our 9 going on 10 grandkids and travel, and we're involved in counseling and lots of other things. So there you go.
Excellent. And have you used technology through your whole career?
Very much so. In fact, since I've done a lot of training, spent a lot of my career in the training arena. Mm-hmm. As soon as webinars came into being, that became a big plus to be able to reach out. It cut down on travel a lot. It just made a lot of sense. And also online training, online courses have been a big boon in the industry.
Excellent. Yeah, I think webinars are just brilliant to be able to show and tell at the same time.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, so it really covers that visual, and also hearing what's being taught at the same time can help a lot of people, and tools like WebEx or GoToMeeting are so helpful with that. So I want to ask you, so it sounds like you have a good amount of experience with technology, even though you're semi-retired now. So tell me, what is your favorite gadget? So it could be hardware or software, or perhaps a website that is just one of your favorite must-have things.
I would have to say right now my iPad. It was given to me as a gift, mm-hmm. and at first I honestly thought, oh, this will be a nice toy.
Yeah.
But I don't go any place without it anymore, and I do pretty much everything on it. My calendar, you name it. Web searches and whatnot. Even when I'm doing the webinars, and a lot of times it's using my iPad. So it's become invaluable.
Yeah. Do you use video when you're doing your webinars?
Actually, we sometimes use video, but more often than not, we use just audio, and then they're looking at what is basically a PowerPoint presentation.
Right, right, because you need to show them something online
Exactly.
or a presentation that you've prepared to them.
Right.
Excellent.
And I could take a nap while they were looking at the PowerPoint.
Of course. Yeah, sure. Who would know? You can have all your webinars automated soon.
That's right.
So it's interesting because in traveling, I see it's females, and females always have the carry-on bag, a purse, or a little rolling bag for their computers. But what I've seen a lot at the airports now are men with their iPads. That's their new carry-on, because everything can be contained in that one. They can work on it on the plane while they're waiting for the plane, and then wherever they're getting to, they're able to keep in touch with so many people. Right. So I don't know if you've seen the same as an accessory.
Yes, and I think the other thing too is, unlike a laptop, which even the best battery is going to last you maybe 3 tops 4 hours, you can use your iPad for hours depending on the application you're using. So it's a lot more convenient that way too. I think what you should probably do is try to sell this segment to Apple. We could probably make a good commercial there.
Yeah, I think Apple could really use our help, right?
Right.
I don't think they need any more help. They can hardly keep up with the iPad production. Have you seen the new iPad Mini?
I've only seen it online and in advertisements, but not up close.
Yeah, same here. I think I have to check that one out. I was unsure of the iPad when it first came out, but the applications and, like you pointed out, the battery usage is a huge key factor in making that decision. So the iPad Mini, I think, will have some great applications as well, being able to hold it with one hand. We'll see a whole new market for Apple getting into that market. So the reason why I do... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say this year, in addition to everything else, you've got Microsoft's entrant, and I think it's called the Surface.
The Surface, yeah.
And, it'd be interesting to see how that relates. I think one of the things that most iPad users would agree on is you don't have a USB port or any way of doing input or output on the iPad other than through the cloud, and that's one thing that the Surface has, is the ability to do that. And what I'm told, it operates, for better or for worse, it operates much more like a laptop, like a computer, than an iPad does.
Yeah, and I believe it's able to use Flash as well,
right.
Java and Flash.
Yes,
that's point.
Yes, I was going to say, you just hit on one big annoyance for me, is I'll get online, want to watch a video. If it has to be in Flash format, you're cooked. You can't.
Yeah, and it's so that I don't know if that'll change in the future. But I know that if I was a competitor to Apple's products, that's definitely something that I would come in and answer that problem, and the USB connection issue as well, because they only have just that one plug on the iPad.
That's right.
Yeah. So the reason why I do what I do and do this campaign show is that technology for all of us, no matter how simple or how complicated we want to make it be, is really for connection. It's connecting workers, connecting families, connecting friends. And that's what technology, software, hardware, it's really all about. That's the bottom line. So my last question for you is, why do you think technology, or can you give us an example of how you've been able to stay connected, or why you think technology is an important connection tool in your personal life or professional life?
Well, I think personal is a great example, is whether it's Skype or the Apple version, which I actually like better, which is FaceTime. The ability to stay in touch with family no matter where they are, and literally with friends around the world. We were just Skyping the other night with friends of ours in Belgium, and it's like you're right there with them.
Yeah.
I know you just went to Disney World. Do they still have the Carousel of Progress?
They do. We were talking about that last scene.
And that was taken from the 64-65 New York World's Fair. Yep. General Electric built that originally, and when they shut that down, they moved it to Disney World. But I went there, and I won't tell you that. Of course, tells you how old I am. But I went there as a teenager. And that was one of my favorite things to go on. But the last scene, there was the animatronics. The last scene was a pair of grandparents who were basically having a video call with their grandchildren on the other side of the country.
Yep.
And that was, 40 years ago they were predicting that was going to happen, and here we are, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's really, I feel video conferencing is now. It's not the next wave, it is the wave that's happening right now.
Absolutely.
To be able to see and connect, and just the logistics of being able to talk to someone who would be an international call, which would cost a fortune, can now be done on Skype, plus, or FaceTime, add in the video, the face-to-face, you've got a free phone call.
Right.
And you can also upgrade to Skype. Skype has a very low rate to be able to do international calls and use it as calling as well.
Just voice calls, that's right. They're very reasonable. I've used it for that as well.
Yeah, I think that is... my husband and I went on our honeymoon out of the country and wanted to show folks, where we were and, just the grounds of the hotel and resort we were staying at. And the first thing we went on was Skype. Mm-hmm. And if it were, 5, 10, 15 years ago, we wouldn't be able to do that. So it was a way to bring others in to our experience, share the experience, and share, what we, the different places we were staying in, the fun we were having at the pool, etc. So video conferencing is the next wave, and I saw that on Carousel Progress, and really interesting that they were able to put that in. And I think they'll have to eventually change the Carousel Progress to keep up with how quickly technology is moving.
That's true.
For all of us. So great points. Gene, I want to thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for sharing your experience with technology and why you think it's important.
You're quite welcome. It was fun.
Great. So everyone, you can find me Computer Tutor for Boomers.com and Computer Tutor for Seniors.com. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.